System. Hello, I am Snehal Purani from KJ Polytechnic Bharuch in electrical department. I am working. The presentation is on construction of DC generator. So basically, all of you have seen DC generator. Can anyone tell where you have seen this?
College, GTU.
College, GTU, yes.
In
Because in emergency condition you are needing. Any other?
Tower के पास होता है.
Yeah, really
Hospital.
where critical load is concerned, then
Generators are used.
yes, actually we all are having a wedding functions and all this, and we are calling DJ.
Yes.
Yes, this DJ system is basically performed on the basis of electricity. Where do we get electricity in that case? So we are using this generators. Majority case we are using diesel generators, but we can use this DC generator over there. Next please sir. So this is the learning objective after this session. One can understand or explain the construction of DC generator, describe the functions of various parts of DC generator, and at the same time material used to construct the same part. We'll go for a quick video session so that you can understand what are the basics part of a DC generator. Can you please sir?
Construction of DC generator. Terminals with such an arrangement so that adjacent poles have opposite polarity. They perform the function of producing the magnetic field. Armature. It is a system of conductors. The armature, to start with, we have armature core. It is made up of high permeability thin silicon content steel lamination. And the outer periphery of the core has slots to carry armature windings. Next is armature winding. It is generally made up of copper wires and is wound over the armature core. Commutator.
Commutator segment.
The commutator is cylindrical in shape and is made up of copper.
Segments.
It performs two basic functions.
One is
One being collecting the current from the armature conductor,
and second is
and the other being converting the alternating current of the armature into the unidirectional current in the external circuit with the help of brushes.
next is
Brushes.
brushes. With the help of brushes, we are able to collect the
They are
current.
usually made of carbon or graphite, and the main function of brushes is to collect current from moving commutator. Shaft.
In which the whole rotor assembly is rested.
Shaft is a rotating part of DC motor. We obtain the final output in the form of mechanical energy from the shaft. The armature is mounted over the shaft. Now we will see the assembly of DC generator.
This is from part to whole tab.
We can now observe in the animation how this generator is assembled. Now, after the construction and assembly of DC generator,
Next one. So this is just a basic idea of how a DC generator operates with the help of all the parts connected with each other. Next please. The basic idea of selecting this topic is we all are familiar with the generator. But what is actually a generator? One is simply asking that, sir, we want electricity, that's why we are having a generator. Means generator is generating or producing electricity. Now, according to law of energy conservation, can anyone state the law of energy conservation?
Energy cannot be destroyed, cannot be
Produced.
It can be converted from one form to
Wonderful. Exactly. So the question is, if you are using a generator to generate electricity, but according to law of energy conservation, no one can generate electricity or no one can produce any form of any energy, and nor one can destroy the energy, then how it is produced? We can simply use this transformation process. Means some form of energy is given to the machine which converts that into electricity. Generally, we are, in case of generator, we are giving mechanical energy as an input, and according to that we are getting electrical energy as an output. So the same machine can be used in reverse manner. We call it as motoring mode. In motoring mode, what we are doing, we are just giving electrical energy as an input. Means simply we are plugging the motor and we are switching on the motor, and motor is getting electrical energy as an input and it converts into mechanical energy. So we are here to discuss the generating mode. So we are not we are not focusing on motoring mode. So, but one thing is sure, that a same machine can be used as a motor or as a generator. Next please. Now, before starting, we are having two types of generators. One is AC generator and another is DC generator. The basic difference is the working supply. The output we are getting in case of AC generator is alternating type, and these generators are usually used at power stations where we are producing bulk amount of electrical energy, which is transformed with the help of transformer. One of our friend has taken the topic of transformer. The transformer is the heart of the electrical system. With all the stages, we are needing the transformer at different voltage levels to step up or step down the voltage. The DC generator also is having induced EMF of alternating nature. But can you differentiate a design in which AC and DC differs? Yes, someone. Okay. See, in case of AC, we are not having commutator segment.
Yes.
But in case of DC, we are having commutator segment. You can use this. Commutator segment. This commutator is actually a mechanical rectifier which converts AC induced EMF into DC one. Next please. So this is the basic figure of DC generator. I would like to enlist different parts of DC generator. This is actually whole arrangement. I would like to draw the figure from part to whole type of learning, so that you can ensure the learning of all the possible parts which are connected in DC generator. At the same time, you get the knowledge of all the parts. So first part is frame or yoke. One can consider this as outing cover. It is resting on a platform like this. So founded snake. Here it is, foundation. So the first part is yoke. After this yoke or frame, Now what is the purpose of yoke? It actually creates a protecting covers to the inner assembly of a machine. Means against the mechanical damage like some dust, water, fire, etc. is prevented, or they are not coming inside the machine, so that the machine is protected against this. Now the main important part is field poles. Suppose we are connecting a 4-pole machine like this. These are the field poles on which we are keeping field windings. Now, these poles are combined with pole shoes. to ensure uniform distribution of flux over rotor periphery. After this, we are having an air gap between stator terminals or stator parts and rotor parts. So, I am here keeping a rotor, means armature conductors. After this, armature windings are slotted in this. So, the armature or rotor is slotted up and are placed in this slots. One more thing is we are using field windings to magnetize the circuit. So the field windings are like wound in this manner. In this polarity, then if I am winding like this, the next is again, this is like this. So these are two terminals where winding has actually started and rotated or wound on a field poles. These field poles are actually a supporter to this field windings. After this, next is rotor windings we have already connected. Now after this, rotor windings are connected with the commutator segments. These commutator segments are actually made up of copper bars. So, I am going to here give you a commutator segment. These commutator segments are insulated with each other to avoid short circuiting with the help of mica or paper. These are the commutator bars. So the conductors from these slots are connected with these commutator segments. These commutator segments are connected with the brushes. Basically, if there are 4 poles of a machine, we are having 4 brushes. 2 for N pole and 2 for S. Means 2 poles are carrying current in one direction for N pole and another 2 are for S. Means providing a return path in the machines. So, suppose I am keeping this brush here and here. So, I am going to connect these 2 brushes and it is taken to the terminal box. Likewise, another 2 brushes are kept in the machine and they are connected like this and taken to the terminal box. And on the terminal box we are having generally like this type of connection. 2 for armature and 2 for field winding. Please. Now we are going in a detail of all the parts of machine. First is yoke. I have already told the function of the yoke. It is a mechanical protection to the inner part of the machine and also carries the flux path which is produced by this field winding whenever it is excited. This material used is generally cast steel, cast iron, dynamo steel. Actually, why we are using this kind of material? Because this kind of materials are giving lower reluctance. Now what do you mean by reluctance? A reluctance means a magnetic resistance. As and when we are having low reluctance path, all the flux lines can easily pass through the material. That's why the material used here for the construction is cast steel, cast iron, dynamo steel like this. Another is pole and pole shoe. Naturally, if the main part is made up of cast steel or cast iron, pole is also made up of the same material because it has to carry the flux path. So it is also made up of the same material. Field winding is wound on the field poles. Next please sir. These field windings are generally form a wound and this winding is placed on the field poles so that field windings generally made up of copper. Yes sir, last minute. Now, commutator is also made up of copper. Brush and brush holder, generally brushes are made up of carbon and graphite. In case of carbon, we are having 1 volt per brush drop, and in case of graphite, we are having half volt per brush voltage drop. Shaft and bearing. Shaft is generally made up of hard material because it has to be very strong to support the machine, as well as the mechanical power which we are going to transfer from one machine to another machine takes place with the help of shaft. Bearing is generally provided to avoid the friction between stator and rotating part of the machine. Next please sir. These are the references. Next. Self-learning assignments. You can write down the function of each part of DC machine. We can compare AC machine and DC machine. Classification of different types of DC generator, which we are going to cover in the very next lecture after this. And a short note on the construction of DC generator, a kind of descriptive lesson which we are going to ask in examination for 5 to 7 marks. Last. Next. Every inning is really just a new beginning. If you are having any question, please.
Good. Nice.